Boom. Okay. We're live. Let me go to participants, attendees. Right. Welcome everybody to today's Lunch and Learn. I'll be your host, Jared. I'm on the training team. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the chat or the QA portion, and I will do my best to answer it via verbally, or if it's something I can demonstrate, I will do that as well. And as you're thinking of your questions, I'm going to pop open this Diet Coke. Don't you love that sound? There we go. Now I'm nice and refreshed. All right. Looks like it's just you, James. If you got a question, feel free. What's the best way to expose a flow as a URL that can be accessed from any website? I set up one that requires a login. Oh, that's a really cool question. I can demonstrate that one. So the best way to do that one, let me go ahead and open up my local. Best way to do that, best way to expose a flow is URL so that it can be accessed from any website. I set up one, but it requires a login. So I'm going to do that. So let me create a form. I'm going to run my folder scaffolding. And we're going to say exposing, making flow URL accessible. Select all, and we'll join the project folders. Alrighty. So first thing, right, create the integration. You already did that, so I'm not going to talk too much of that because you already know that part. Test, flow, make, thing, do, great. Super English. All right. So let's say I want, okay, let's show a form. Boom. All right, show a form. Bum, 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 bum. Let me just create a form. Pick, create. Oh, I could also, let me allow you to talk just so you can give more context. I forgot that part. I just got excited with your question and I forgot. Panelist, allow to talk. There you go. You can talk if you want to add more color to it. I think I know what your question is.
Thanks. I think you're on to what I'm doing.
Okay.
I exposed it as a user interface. But I don't, it requires me to log in whenever I hit the link. So that's where I'm getting stuck.
I gotcha. All right. We'll say data drop down list. We'll say this is a string. We'll say this is static. And I'm going to pick on Sabrina. And I'll pick on, I think Robert's on it. Robert. Oh, Sabrina, Robert. We're just going to combine names together. Robert, Greg. Awesome. And I'm going to save this. So I got some things to do. Add it here. Then I can configure my integration, put this in here, user interface. Done. All right, I'm going to slow down because this is probably the part where you're at. All right.
Right.
So obviously you have an auth problem, right? Hence why you have to log in. So there's a couple of things that you need to do. So decisions can allow, like you can expose like certain flows that, let's say you want, or like forms for view, if you enable it via the guest.
Yeah.
So if you have the guest, okay, cool. So you have the guest, and then I can go ahead and grab this. And then
and also I don't want to maximize. I picked the location center so that the form would look nice as I designed it.
Perfect.
You see, all that works just fine as long as I'm in that session on my browser. But if I go to another browser and put that URL in, it doesn't work.
Let's see, do I have it with Chrome equals off? Is thing saying guest equals true? All right, cool. And hold on. All right, because I got the same issue and I know how to fix it. So first thing to check is my guest account enabled? That's the first thing to check.
Okay.
Accounts. I think mine's disabled. So mine is whatever this means. It's not enabled.
Okay, so
I have to edit my account, or I think I should just be able to. There should be like an active, manage, activate guest. So if you go to manage, activate guest, let's go ahead and activate it. All right, so now it's activated. But let's grab this localhost thing again and let's try to run it. So now I got it. Let me open up my own a different browser. We'll use the training account. A different account. We're gonna run this URL. Let's see if it works. Alrighty. So still no cigar.
Yeah, I
I
noticed
got
mine was active
get
too.
center maxima. All right, we're gonna get this. I have done this before. All right, so that one's still, so it works fine if I do this, yeah, because I'm logged in, which is cool. But I'm gonna save this URL. And I believe it should. I'm gonna close and save this, so I've exposed that. Let me make sure I have permissions. Can I add the guest account? I don't know if I can add the guest account. Recent
Yeah, you can
guest.
only add groups. Well, can you?
I guess you can only add groups. So, all right. So here's the thing. There's a document we can follow. Enable. We have a whole training project where we did this, and I don't know why I'm just blanking on it. Enable a guest account settings. Oh, cool. Okay, so we have to go here now. So we have to enable the guest account in portal settings. Da, da, da. Okay. So we could do it that way. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking. So we can do it that way. All right, let's just test it out. So I go back to my studio, go to settings, portal settings. We edit this, and then I could type just guest, and I think it should come up. Boom. Okay, enable guest account. So that was wrong. So I have to enable in two places. That's what I remember. Now, let's try it. All right, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Oh, okay. Well, I just don't have permissions. That's easy. All right, so now this is where, okay, I know the flow's done. Just stop. All right, so now what you got to do here, and this is where I think you can add, and I would say, let me add a group. I'd probably call this group, I wonder if I can call it like guest group or group for guest or something. Group for guest. This way you can keep all of the security. And I think I can add, yes, I can add the guest to it. I didn't add it. I can't wait till we fix that. Add new accounts. I can move that there. All right, so now all I have to do is for this group for guest, I just have to give can use permissions for that group. Guest for group, can use, boom. Now I could save the permissions, and now I believe we are live. And I paste this here, and look at that. Now we can do it.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna slow
That
down. I'll
answers
talk
that.
through it. Yeah, I'll talk through it because I know it's kind of going pretty
Yeah, I
fast. So
kind
the
of followed that. I looked at all the stuff on setting up URLs and all that stuff, but I didn't catch the guest part. That's that you walk through with the setting up that. That's the part that's missing.
exactly, yeah. Yep. So main thing is I think this part you had, which is in the integration details, you just select the guest option. But then the two places you do have to enable it twice. So
Right,
in the groups or in the accounts, enable this
right.
guest account.
Yep,
Then once you enable it there, then you go to settings, and then you enable it in portal settings by just typing in guest, and then you can enable the guest account and do
right.
it that way. And once you
Yeah,
do that, then it works.
yeah, that's the part I know. I know I'm missing that part. And then I do have to set up a group.
Mhm.
Would you would this be would there be any way to tie this to like a named session, or is that only for REST services type stuff?
You can tie it to a name session, so you can add a new name session. I don't know if you can pick the group
Yeah, I don't
or the
think.
guest account, but what I
Yeah,
would do is you can create your own account. Like you can probably call it like service account,
right. That's
right?
what I'm
Like you,
thinking about doing. I don't want it tied just to the guest account necessarily.
yeah, like FSU at fsu.com. I know that's not your domain, but let's say I'm doing service account there,
Mm.
right? SA123. Oh, is it that long password now? Darn it. I hate password complexity. It's important, but okay, good. And then you can make sure it's a member of all users. Or let's say you only want it to be like, this is like integration access only. And so you
Right,
can create your own
right,
group that way.
right.
I'm just going to create mine for all groups now. And so then what I can do is in my name session, I can say, this is my FSU access, right? For the account recents essay at FSU. And then now, whenever you run this flow, you just change the integration. Let's view the integrations again. And instead of log, you say FSU access name session, and then this is the one you'd give. And I don't think it should require you to log it because it has the name session of the account that should have access to it.
Okay.
So that's what I would do.
Yeah, I'll play with that too. All
Cool,
right.
cool.
Yeah, I think that answers that. Cool.
Awesome.
Thanks a lot, man.
My pleasure.
Am I the only one out there?
Yeah, you're the only one. So if you got another
Oh,
question,
cool.
feel free.
Man, we're just bringing up our first integration with what we're going to be doing is we got a bunch of forms that are on a website that we're going to link into decisions instead of just bringing up a PDF for them to fill out and they
Mhm,
have to manually email it. So first step is
mhm.
just bring all those into decisions and, track at least the usage and stuff like that. And we'll build on that.
Sure.
But the one thing I put in a request for because I reached out to support yesterday. There's
Mhm,
no way to basically in decisions that I know of, and I asked support this. I asked is to bring up a PDF, like say in a view document, fill
mhm.
that PDF out, and then have all that filled out PDF be able to continue on in the flow
Oh, interesting. You
because
just want to
it
display it
goes
be
away. Right.
yeah.
I just want decisions to display the PDF as a
Mhm,
PDF that allow them to fill it in. And then I don't care what they filled in. I don't care what the PDF was. I just want to do something like if I have
mhm.
rules that I want to email, if it came from this place, I email it here or do this. I don't care what is on the PDF.
Correct.
I
Yeah,
don't want to
sure.
work with any of that data. I don't want to have to know what it is. I just want to email it or somewhere or save it off somewhere
Mhm.
automatically in the flow. And I can't do that I know of in decisions.
So wait, talk me through it again. I'm trying to understand. So you have a PDF, you want a document viewer, show this PDF.
Mm-hmm,
PDF's got the JavaScript, all that goofy stuff. You can
mm-hmm,
just type stuff in. And then once you have data in that thing,
mm-hmm.
you want to be able to send that PDF out to someone else.
Yeah, I want it exposed in the flow so that, uh,
Huh.
and it's not the original PDF. I can,
Correct.
but I can't grab the stuff they just filled in. I
Correct.
mean
Because the
that
document
form,
viewer. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Because
the
the
document
document viewer
viewer,
is just to view it.
it doesn't have an output.
Exactly. Hmm. Because that doesn't save it, I don't think. I'm thinking of something. Because if you take that, you'd have to do something where you'd set that PDF form. Okay, here's a weird thing. I'm thinking of something fun. Okay, this may be trash, this may be good. We're gonna build it because who knows? Let's do yeah, I have an idea. Let's say PDF SPD PDF idea. Oh man, I can't spell it. Wow, I really can't spell it. Because I'm thinking if you couldn't get it. Okay, so wait, so that stopped dead in its tracks. Because if I can get the PDF, but I wonder if it's just let's just try this instead of my head, instead of contemplating. So let me grab that I9 paper PDF that I have. I9, I9. Perfect. Okay, so I got that one. So now we're gonna create a flow, or yep, create a flow. Let's create a form first. We're gonna create a form. I was gonna have the document, my PDF test doc viewer thingy, and we're gonna add document viewer. What are other document steps we have? I'm curious.
Yeah, I actually
File.
looked for that too. I didn't see anything that.
Yeah. I'm just curious. Merge with variables, just display. Slider. Property grid. That's just data. That's file. No. With advanced. Current IP address, current time now, event due form steps tag. Okay, so nothing really helpful. All right, so then specify it. I'm wondering. Data name, we're doing data. And we'll have this as file data. Right? Because yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
I think it's coming together. Okay. So now what I want to do is let's save this. We're gonna add this to a flow. I'm just gonna put it in the same folder. Create my flow thingy. And we're gonna show form. Show form here. Put this here. Pick existing. All right. And then I wonder if I can put this and then I9 paper PDF. And I just want to see what this looks like. So I can see this thing here and I can do this. All right. So I have it. So I can put say Rodriguez, right?
Hmm.
I can put all this stuff, right? Social security numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or whatever we want. All right, cool. So I got data in it. And that's the thing. I wonder
Because they could save it all manually,
POP.
but I don't want to do that.
Right. That I'm aware of. So I'm wondering, because I believe it has to have changed the file somewhere. So if, here's the thing I want to know. If I grab, so I already got the input here. So I'm going to do active form flow.
Hmm.
And I want this to, I'm going to trigger this manually. Obviously, this is just a test. I'm probably not going to run manually, but I'm going to say run. I'm going to call this pull the lever crunk because I was talking about it with Sabrina, how it's a great movie. All right, so you're going to pull the lever. Can this be bigger? Oh, come on. Which one? This is row. We're okay. We'll make this edit 50 just so we can see it better. All right, so we're going to pull the lever crunk, and what we're going to do is we're going to add an active form flow. That's going to be triggered on pulling the lever,
Hmm.
and then test flow, test AFF, edit rule flow, and then what I want to do is there is a step here called data document PDF, and there's a certain step that I was thinking of. Nope, not set PDF form fields. I want to know.
Isn't there one called Get PDF Form Fields? Yeah, right
Yeah,
there. Like the third one.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Right.
by field names. Thanks. Yeah, that's the one I want. Oh, no, that's not what I want. I want get PDF form.
Form
Let's see.
Fields, sorry, that one.
Yeah. That's exactly what I want. Because then I'm wondering,
Yeah, I
that's the
wonder what that'll do.
thing. I don't, this is the problem. I don't, so then if I put this thing here, so then I'll get all the fields generated. Sure. And then what I want,
Oh, the input. What would the
input would be form data, document viewer, the value. So we're getting that. I don't know. Okay, so it's getting, okay, this is definitions, but I can't, wait. Maybe? I don't know. Let's try this. Here's what I'm thinking. Okay, so now I can get it. So we can get it. And so I'm wondering if I click on it, because I have to be changing it. At least that's what I'm thinking. I could be totally wrong on this. So let's make this bigger for my old eyes. And so if I do type my name here, right? And then if I pull the lever, okay, this aired out. What did it air out and say? Oops, actually, I ran it again. My bad. So this, we have input data. Okay, so that's weird. That shouldn't be the case. It has a document. If you're grabbing the value of the
Mhm.
document viewer, I wonder if that's a bug. Because it's saying null, and so that's why it errored out. Yeah, I'm wondering. Yeah, what I thought you could do is if I can see it, you could see the file data from an active form flow as the input.
Right,
So I thought, okay, I can pull that. If you make a
right.
change, it's going to edit the same variable. And then
Yeah,
I pull that and then there, but it looks like it doesn't do that. You'd have to do something where like someone has a form, like you have like the text box information to the left, they fill that out, and then it populates that PDF in active form flow.
exactly. Well, that's what I'm
That's
kind of
the,
doing. Yeah. I'm
yeah.
I'm actually I got my own form and then I can populate the actual PDF if I want to, but at that point, you've already
Mm-hmm.
done the work, so why do you bother? You know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if
To
you're going to
populate,
create
yeah.
a form, because I was envisioning is a generic just form handler where I didn't the form was agnostic. I could care less what PDF's coming in. It was
Mm-hmm.
more about routing and handling and you know workflow and things like that. I didn't. In some cases, we don't care what the form is. It's just a form we know a student or faculty or whoever needs to fill out. It just
Mm-hmm.
needs to get routed somewhere. Just fill it out and send it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to have to create my own form or know what the fields are on that. There's things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's where my
Which
conundrum is.
yeah, which would I think so. I don't know how many forms you have, but you probably would have to have like like a document, I would say like a table that you would have like here's the forms tied to the specific document. So if
Right.
it's like new student form or something, then it's tied to this form ID and you run it at runtime, and then it
Hmm.
populates that form and then they fill it out, and then you use the set PDF form fill step to attach it to that, and
Right.
then you can send that through an email. And I think that's a way where you can kind of get out of the like way where it has that behavior where it can determine what file it needs, and then you can use an external truth table to, let's say next year there's a new document you need to add, or you have to update an existing one. You just update that external truth table, and then everything continues to run like normal, and you don't. It's a very minimal overhead of management at that point.
Um, so as far as filling it out though, even if I had the document and all the fields that I knew were on a specific document, I still got to create a form specifically for that document, don't I? In order for them to
So,
fill it in.
so wait, let me ask this question: Are you getting the document already filled in, or no?
No, that's just it. It's a blank document that's fillable,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
just wanted to fill it in and then
Uh-huh.
send it away. I don't want to have to know what fields are on it. I don't care. I just want to route it based on routing criteria. So
Yeah.
that's what I would be using decisions for is to help me to know where it came from, like where the source was, and based on, let's say, the department they filled out on, or the department that it's associated with, because I would
Uh-huh.
have basic information about this form belongs to this department and maybe a routing scheme that it now based on that department and this, it gets
Mm,
routed to these people.
yeah.
That's all I need to know. I don't care what's on the form.
Sure. You just have to know what the form is.
Right.
If it's
I
in
just want to route it. They just know they got a new form they want filled out and it goes to this person once a student fills it out. So that
okay. Yeah, well, if it's that part of the problem, I think you can easily what you can do is you could, if it's already filled out, then you can just pull that information, and yeah, utilizing external truth tables, you can then route that and say, hey, if this is the name of X, person or whatever, or for this
well,
department,
yeah,
then it will send it to them.
yeah, I get that, but it's not filled out when it comes in. See, decisions is
Right.
being to pop the form up. It's a blank
Mhm.
form. I've got it as a file reference. It's grabbing it off, the document table and say, oh, this
Mhm.
form, fill it out. It's not filled out at that point.
Right.
Now,
I'm with you.
in decisions, they filled it out. That's the part I can't get. Once they filled it out, and the only way I know to allow them to fill it out is through document viewer. That allows you to pop up a form and they can actually fill it out. But I
Mhm.
don't have access to that form anymore. I can't
Mhm.
do anything with it after it's filled out.
Till after it's filled out. because you're trying to show it via a document viewer
Right.
to
See,
that
once they fill
person.
it out, just like you were doing, you filled
Hmm.
out, but you don't have access to that now in decisions to take that filled form and let's say just email it somewhere.
Right. There's no viewer control that allows you to edit it directly. You have to do some type of here's
Right.
the form associated with that. Yeah, correct.
Right. I would have to know all the fields on the form and if I got to go through all that, I might as well just throw out my own form. And
Hmm.
so it kind of defeats the purpose of what I was envisioning. It's just, all right, you already got all these forms out there. You really don't want me to do anything with them in decisions. All you want
Hmm.
is to route it somewhere. So I
Sure.
don't have to recreate your form, but it looks like I'm going to have to because there's no way for me to just pop their form up and have them fill it out and send it on its merry way.
Yeah. I think that'd be that what I would do. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Let's see. Oh, I thought Will Clemens on it. So what I'll do is let me take that as a I think that's a great feature request to add. Basically, what that would be is you just have a form control that instead of it
Mhm.
calling it like document viewer, here's what I'm
Right,
envisioning it would be. It'd be like document editor or something,
right,
where you can
right,
fill out, or you can fill out a PDF, you pass in the PDF, and then it does all that
mhm,
stuff for you. So I think,
right,
yeah, I think
right,
we'll just take that back as like a feature request because I think that's a
right.
great feature and that'd be pretty cool. Because then you can
Yeah,
just,
that would be nice. Because then,
yeah.
then after they fill it out, if I wanted to grab it, like let's say I know that every form we have has a field called document ID on it. That's how we
Mm-hmm.
stand. Then I could grab those types of fields and actually use those in the flow too to
Mm-hmm.
determine further workflow or things like that too. And I wouldn't have to know the whole form. Let's just say we had a header that had certain
Mm-hmm.
information that I knew was always going to be there. I could
Mm-hmm.
pull that and use it once they fill it out
Sure.
and the rest of the form could be agnostic to me. I don't care what it is. They just want
Yeah.
to know, whatever it is for their department.
Yep. No, absolutely. No, I'm with you. Yeah, I think that'd be a cool idea. I'm gonna take this to my notes and we can submit that feature
Yeah, that
request
would
for
be a
you.
really cool idea because then we wouldn't have to, that would kind of eliminate, once because, like our place, they have hundreds and hundreds of forms already created. All they
Mm-hmm.
want me to do is basically they want to be able to create dashboards about how many were used, who it got shipped to, and things of that
Mm-hmm.
nature, build workflow around it. But they don't necessarily want me to recreate the form for
Sure.
them.
Yeah. So basically, just so I understand the use case, so you would want to be able to view it. So is it basically like like for lack of a better term, you're gonna have a student that has like a dashboard right here, right? And then
Mhm.
on the right will be like this document. Where's my and right here. So like over here would be like the document editor, right? We'll do
Mhm.
doc ed,
Right.
right? And I'm
Mhm.
assuming that like maybe there's a list of entries here that you can click on and it updates here. And then you can see the different document or if there are different ones or if they're the same ones. But they can edit it on a dashboard or a form by just pulling that document instead of I got to create a form for each document.
Right. It just like you were describing, kind of like the document viewer, except call it document editor, and it would have the output of the edited document.
Gotcha.
Of and that way you could um you could, list out those fields if you wanted to, just like any other,
Hmm.
step with a PDF. It's just right now there's no way to agnostically edit a PDF
Hmm.
document in decisions and then work with the form
Sure.
fields.
I'm with you. Let me go to the page designer. I wonder if there's something here in the page designer. I don't think so, but I'm gonna test that out. Let me remove my doodles. Clear all my drawings. Boom. And page. Create form. Create page. Test page. And I wonder what's we have here. Document.
Hmm.
This is that document thing. This is link. Data. Advanced. App Store. Service catalog. Data controls. Save. Folder. Folder head and data folder. This page. No, that's not what I want. Add document view. So it looks like it's just adding a document. Yep, we'll get that. I'll get that submitted, and so we can have that as a feature request because I think that's a great idea.
Cool. That would be nice. Nice feature to have. Because
Yeah.
now I gotta basically, if they want to be able to use decisions to do this, I'll have to recreate those forms.
Hmm. I wonder if
for
we
that thing.
can, you said, do you have the ticket number?
Um, I think they submitted on my behalf. I have the ticket for, um, let me see if I can get to my support. Let's see.
So I was just curious who the
I
technician was, because then
think it
after the
was,
lunch and learn, I'll talk with them and see, hey,
um, it was
hmm,
Gregory Goldston who was
I
working
know
on.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he submitted a request for that on our behalf.
Oh, a feature request?
I don't know if it was. Let me see what he said. It's loading my ticket right
Sure,
now.
sure.
It's a little bit slow. Okay, let's see what he said here. He said he present the functionality as a potential feature request to your CSM. So is
Okay,
that
gotcha.
like Caitlin? Is that our
Yeah.
CSM? Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's your
then she
CSM.
would put up the feature.
Well,
I don't know how that works. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I can be able to find who I need to talk with, and I'll see if I can get that directed to you. And once I create that, I'll send you the ID
sure,
of the feature request. But
sure,
I don't think it'd be too hard, and I know some of the core devs. I'll ask, so we'll
sure.
see what happens.
Cool. That would
Hmm.
be really nice to have.
Gotcha.
Cool. Very helpful session today.
Awesome. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, since that's it, I'll go ahead and end this session so you can get the recording and see what you have to do for the first part. But
All right. I
thank
think
you
I
so much for
remember it, but
joining.
all right.
All
Thanks
right.
a lot, Jared.
All right. Take care.
Yeah, you too.